Alright, welcome to my Chris Real Survival Knife Only run. It comes in at just under 2 hours. This is my favorite run that I've probably done on any game ever. It is a new game.
Resident Evil.
Unfortunately, I picked this outfit. Wish I'd chosen a different one for the run. But it is what it is at this point. Not much I can do now to go back. And I'll probably never be able to do this again without a lot of practice. This run took me about 6 months to get down. My goal was to get it in under 2 hours with no dying, no saves. And I did it. It's probably one of the most difficult challenges I've had to accomplish gaming-wise anyway. So I created this route by basically copying someone else's route, but I had to modify it a bit in order to pick up enough healing items to complete the game. The run itself is probably about 2 years old, so it's been quite a while. I don't remember how everything happens or the exact sequence of events, but I'm sure it'll be entertaining for those of you who enjoy this sort of thing. Resident Evil was one of my favorite game franchises, and I kind of wish they had remastered 2 and 3 a little bit more closely to the original, but I think they're still good games. My goal was to try to take as little damage as possible, obviously, to avoid having to heal a lot. But since I'm not really that good at dodging, especially during boss fights, I have to heal quite a bit. And I had to go out of my way to pick up a few extra healing items just to beat Crimson Head Elder and a couple of the other bosses. Most of the time, the zombies themselves aren't that hard. The only time they're difficult to dodge is when they don't lunge. Sometimes they'll just wait. And I'm sure those are times where you could run past them, but I've never attempted to do that before. Not when they don't move. It's too dangerous. That weird little way I'm moving down the stairs, in case you didn't know, it's called stair skating. I'm not sure if it's an effective method for navigating the stairs more quickly, but when I first heard about it, that's what I understood about it. So I use it during this run to speed things up a little, hopefully. It actually makes the game go a little quicker to not have to carry around a bunch of ammunition and guns all the time. Not that you really need much after you get the shotgun. I'm actually surprised I haven't taken any damage yet, but I think this is a run where I had a lot of really good dodges. Especially at the beginning. I had to practice the beginning more than any other section because that's where I died the most. Just trying to get past the Crimson Head Elder. But once I got past him, things got a little bit easier. Because he's just so fast. It's hard to find a good time to swing at him. And the reason I use Chris for knife only and not Jill is because he does more damage. I tried to use Jill, but no matter how many times I stabbed the Crimson Head Elder, he just wouldn't die. Her knife damage is lower than Chris's, and she takes more damage, which makes the run harder. So even though Chris has less item slots, it's actually more beneficial to use them. Although playing as Claire would mean, or not Claire, but Jill would mean that you would have to use less item boxes. I don't think it's worth it. The boss battles would definitely take a lot longer. I guess this is... No, I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm just going to get some chemicals for plants. But here also pick up a red and a green herb to get ready for the Crimson Head Elder fight. Not having to pick up certain things also lets you skip a few rooms. Pretty sure I'll never go in the room with the shotgun. You also don't need to get the lighter or the flask or worry about ink ribbons, any of that stuff. I actually even thought doing a knife-only run was impossible at first. This guy, I don't know why, but he never lunged, so I just tricked him into going by the stairs. That way, if I needed to run past him, all he would do is throw up on me. Zombies cannot grab you on the stairs. They can only puke. Sometimes that zombie's right at the corner, and he can just grab you out of nowhere. They have several places where there are blind areas and there's zombies in them. So sometimes you have to be extra careful. Alright, I consider this to be the first real boss battle, actually. Although it's not really a boss, it's just a dog that you could probably easily kill with a couple of shotgun blasts. He does take quite a few hits with the knife, though. And I'm killing the dog so I can get his collar. There's a fake key inside of it that I'll need pretty soon. I try to kill him close to the door so it's quicker to get out. But unfortunately, he kind of flew away when he died. And that's a Crimson Head. Not the Crimson Elder. I think he was the first one they discovered. But basically, after you kill a zombie, it can reanimate again, but this time it'll be even stronger. It can run super fast, it has claws, and a high amount of health. And actually, I'm coming to a very tricky dodge here. But first, I'm going to use this fake key inside the dog collar to turn the trap off. Or deactivate it, I guess. I consider doing splits for this, but I had a hard time getting it to work the way I wanted to, and I always forget to do them anyway, so I just gave it up. Maybe I'll try again with a different video. So this is a really hard dodge. Crimson Head there, 2 zombies in a row, and I still got to get away from this guy because he's not done chasing me. But that was pretty good. That's very tricky. I keep trying to adjust the lighting so it's not too bright. I'm having a hard time with it. All right. There are a couple of times where I get turned around or make a few minor errors. But I don't think I made any errors that cost too much time. So now we're grabbing the serum to go save Richard. And we need to save Richard. I forgot why. Oh, so we can use Rebecca later to mix the, Oh no, we don't do that, actually. Or I don't. I know I saved Richard for a reason, though. Just can't remember what it is. It causes some kind of event later on. Because I actually fight Plant 42 instead of mixing the V-Jolt. And maybe that's why I saved him. So I could actually fight the plant. I considered using V-Jolt, but it takes too long. Or maybe waiting for Richard to die, it takes too long. This is a tricky dodge as well. There's 2 zombies in this room. And you have to get an item that's behind one of them. Highly unfortunate. But there's a lot of rooms like that. And I guess it'd be smarter to, if you were using weapons, to just kill one of them and run around the other. So once you get the hang of dodging them, dodging the zombies is not, it's not that hard. And I think I did save him because it takes too long to just wait for him to die. You have to go through like 2 or 3 doors, I think. Which means for me running out to the main hall or something. And now we're going to get another death mask. There's 4 masks necessary so you can fight Crimson Head Elder and get the object he's guarding. Easy dodge. This is another tricky room. The zombie outside is going to come in as soon as I get inside, or as soon as I trigger some kind of event. I'm pretty sure it's getting the music score. Nope, it's lighting the candle. And there's another zombie in here. Double the fun. Oh no, I can't get the death mask yet. I need to get a key first. If you're Jill, you can just play the piano music. But since I'm Chris, I'll have to get Rebecca to do it for me. I guess Chris is just too dumb to learn how to play music. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I don't know anything about music. I think it's odd how the 2 female characters can play. But Chris can't. So to trigger Rebecca playing the piano, I do have to go through 2 doors. Or I guess 3 actually. So I just run out to the main hall real quick and right back in. But on the way back, get the shield or emblem, because I'll need it for this next puzzle. I really get tired of having to dodge around this guy, but I think that's one of the last few times I'll have to. This part's especially scary for taking damage, just because that guy's there and you have to run past him so many times. That's got to be the most obvious puzzle ever. And this next one's a little trickier, but if you look at that picture, you can see exactly where to point the hands of the clock. I guess it's called a painting. But yeah, one just goes through the armor and the other one goes through the helmet, I think. Yep. The long sword pierces the head, the short sword pierces the torso. The only downside to Chris is the small keys, actually. Since he can't pick locks, he has to rely on those keys to open certain doors. So there's usually one in your inventory, sometimes more, depending on how you use them. When I first played this, I didn't even know, excuse me, I didn't even know there were old keys or small keys, whatever you want to call them. Because I never played as Chris before. I only ever played as Jill. She has more inventory slots. Just had to get a quick heal there. And there's actually quite a few places where you can grab quick heals if you really need them. So you don't have to go out of your way to heal. That's one. The area where you fight that dog is another one. And there's just a few green herbs scattered around. Some blue ones too. Here I don't actually fight Jan. This will be a very hard battle anyway. And I have to fight him again later, so it doesn't matter. So I just get the mask and get out. While trying to avoid being bitten. Because getting poisoned here would be very bad. Jan's poison cannot be cured by a blue herb, which normally cures other poisonings. It has to be cured with serum, which you only get in one location. That little bedroom downstairs. And I'd have to go out of my way to get there. Which means end of run. Luckily, he can't poison you during the second fight. I don't actually remember how to get the solution of this puzzle. Maybe it's those paintings on the back wall. I just know what order to push the statues in. There's a mask inside the box. And now I only have one more to acquire. Or maybe it's already in my item box. No, it's not. But it's on the way to the Crimson Elder, so it's okay. in real survival mode, your item boxes don't carry over. So anything you leave in one box just stays there. That's what makes this run so cool to me. It's so challenging. You don't get any breaks. It's just a non-stop marathon. And to get the solution to this puzzle, it's just this stained glass window here at the end. I think there's actually a name for these kind of things, but I don't know. Unless it's just stained glass. Just using the old key real quick before picking up the mask. Luckily, I didn't go through the door by accident. I tried several other methods of doing this part, trying to figure out what to do, how to optimize my time so it didn't take too long. And I mean, by that I mean putting the masks on these pedestals, or whatever they are. But I think this is the most effective one I found. So now I just go back to grab my heals. Unfortunately, I have to do a few dodges here. Which, anytime you have to dodge a zombie, I consider to be dangerous. Because I don't want to take any damage before this fight. Of course, I probably will. Boom. 2 of them, too. Going back through is even scarier. Because the zombie that came out of nowhere, out of that other hallway, he'll be standing out in the open, I think, this time. And I'm actually surprised that I didn't get more healings, or more heals. Sorry, I should say more full heals. I've lost to the Crimson Head Elder with an inventory full of healing items. And I've also come to the fight with a full inventory of healing items and beaten him with only getting hit like once or twice. So I was hoping for that kind of luck here, but it didn't happen. I'm pretty sure I used both my heals and still almost died to him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I come out of that room in danger. But it's not the only time. And I'm not sure if it's luck or I was just doing something different that time. I've also seen people be able to trap him against the wall so he can't move and you can just kill him easily. But I can never do that. I suspect it's only possible on the GameCube version or 30 FPS version. But yeah, as you can see, he's very quick. It's very difficult to hit him without getting hit yourself. But if he grabs you, you can get a couple free hits in on his head, which does more damage. I don't know why I didn't just heal. But it's probably better that I didn't. I could have died there easily. That's the kind of range you want to be at, where you can just stab him and he can't reach you. But it's hard for me to sort of determine how far away that is. And yes, this is going to be quite a long battle, comparatively to using guns. With a shotgun, you can take him out in one or... I wouldn't say one or two, I'd say 2 or 3 shots. Depending on how close you get to him. Here I had a bit of luck. He just kept lunging right behind himself. And I thought I could get a quick hit in there, but I was wrong. Oh no, I didn't come out in danger. Wow. I actually brought the exact right amount of healing items. But I did this run so many different times, I don't remember which one's which anymore. And of course not, it was a long time ago. So I consider that the first... Or the first hard leg to complete. Probably the hardest. It took me the longest just to get past him. The other bosses are a little easier because they're not as quick. Plant 42 is tricky, but not too difficult if you know what to do. The only hard part is hitting the last couple tentacles, but we'll get to that. Just a stupid movement error there. And I believe now we're going to head out to Cemetery and then to Lisa Trevor's cabin. Lisa Trevor's a little girl, they experiment. I think she's like 14. Umbrella decided to experiment on her whole family, and they basically made her immortal somehow. She's also a monster. There have actually been several times where I accidentally pressed the switch a second time. But I think I did the puzzle right on my first try. I forgot which directions the dogs are supposed to face. You can get the Magnum Revolver here. But you need the, I think it's the Suncrest. But it could be a different one to get the other 3 and then solve the puzzle. And it would be very useful to fight in the fight with Lisa if I were going to fight her. But you don't have to. You never have to fight. You never have to actually fight against her. All you really have to do is run away. And you can't kill her anyways. She'll just get back up, even if you drop her. This part is a little bit tricky, I think. Just because Lisa has such a long range. And she can hit you when she's swinging back down to recover from her attack. So if you move too early, you'll get hit without when you think you shouldn't be able to get hit. I think she's wearing her mom's face as a mask, or maybe a few other people. Oh, yep, and I got smacked. I think it drops you to yellow caution. I think if you get hit by her on the upswing, though, it does more damage. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure I'm in caution now. Movement error there. Another one there. This area is kind of weird like that. It's a lot of odd angles, at least in my opinion. And it's kind of tricky using the control stick to move, because even if the camera angle changes, as long as you hold the direction, you'll keep going that same way. So that's why some of my movements look weird when the camera angle changes. Some people prefer using the classic controls, but I think the control stick is a little easier. I guess you just call it non-tank controls. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, that little grenade on the shelf is a flash grenade. And you can use it to kill Crimson Elder if he grabs you in one shot. But I consider that to be using a weapon and not just knife only, so I didn't do it. Same thing goes for zombies. I don't use anything but the knife. I believe if you use the anything else, then your ammunition use count at the end will go up to 1 or more, depending on how much you use. Because the game tells you how you did at the end. I think this is actually one of the best horror games ever. It's probably not even that scary to some people. It's not scary to me, but I like it. It's got puzzles, it's got action. It's got a pretty good story. So this is the area where I'll be fighting Plant 42. Although it'll be at the end. This is the first place you encounter spiders. And I think that's the only new enemy. And I definitely need heals for Plant 42. For most of the fight, you can avoid getting hit just by moving around a little bit. But near the end, it's very difficult to defeat because the last few tentacles are on the ground. Or they stay near the ground. So you can't just get away from them that easily. And the plant's constantly spitting acid all over the place. And you try to get close enough to hit them. I'm pretty sure that's where I take the most damage during the fight. Some people actually, instead of pushing this box, will just run through and take the damage. But I do this in order to save time, to avoid having to go heal more. Because I'm going to get hit a lot during boss fights. I think I got the zombie dodges down pretty well, though. I don't think I got hit once in that first section. Oh, there's another enemy here. It's the bees. Forgot about the bees. I guess they'd be considered new. Or maybe they're wasps or hornets. But they look like bees to me. And I guess hornets don't really make nests the way the bees in this game do, so. But I don't know anything about hornets. Except they're apparently. Well, except they apparently have a very powerful bite and sting. If you run over that hole in the floor, tentacles will come out and smack you. It might even grab you. But I don't do that, so I don't remember. But the first time you go through there, if you don't push that box, you'll probably get slapped. This guy can be a pain later on, because he's still in this room. You come back. And I'm also always afraid he's going to grab me while I'm trying to push these bookcases out of the way. He doesn't move fast enough. I should have waited to heal, but I think I'm going to pick up something. And this is just a puzzle that exists for almost no reason, in my opinion. How long could it reasonably take someone to figure out how to push those boxes? Maybe 2 minutes? Oh, I think I'm gonna get a green herb here. If I didn't already get one. But I'm pretty sure I didn't pick one up. I know there's one in this room. Yep, there we go. And oh, there's actually another new enemy here, and another boss fight that I forgot about. We got the sharks and Neptune, the big shark. The little ones aren't that dangerous. They can hurt you. I think I might get hit, yeah. The big one can kill you though. And it's a one-shot. It'll just come out and grab you all at once. But that's only if you take enough damage from the little ones. Or not. That's his theme music right there. So let's get out of here. I'm pretty sure that was a tense moment for me. It always is when that music's coming on. It means your time is coming. But luckily for me, Neptune is like the easiest boss ever. You don't even have to fight him. You don't have to pretend to fight him. It's always good to check that. You can try and guess it. but it'll just take a lot of time if you're wrong. So if you want to do it quickly, just check it. It's right there at the doorway.
Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety. Reaching 30% of pressure.
I have panicked in this room before and accidentally done the wrong thing. But I'm pretty sure this time I decided to take my time and think instead of just trying to rush.
Emergency drainage system immediately.
And if you don't do it in time, you just die. And from what I understand, sharks don't even like people as food, I guess. But they mistake people for what they normally eat sometimes, so they bite them or attack them. But I don't know if that's true. Something I read a long time ago. Although these T-virus infected sharks are definitely more aggressive than usual. And now they're all just laying around, dead or dying. And it looks like Neptune just isn't going to move at all. But of course he does. There's a way you can get in the water without throwing that electric box in and flipping the switch to shock him. But I've never been able to do it. I've only tried it a couple of times though. But I got killed both times. And luckily that doesn't count as using ammo. I think I probably could have saved like 10 seconds. Maybe a little bit more without doing that. But it wouldn't be worth the risk. Not on a move I've almost never practiced. Especially this late into the game. I feel like once I get past Crimson Elder, the rest is just surviving the next two boss battles. Because to me, that's the hardest boss in the game. Crimson Elder. Not with guns though, just with the knife. Even Tyrant's not hard with the knife. I don't know about second Tyrant. I never tried that fight before. Although I'm sure it'd be interesting. And you'd have to use a rocket launcher, which probably counts as using ammo. I'll be back for that room later, I think. But I'm pretty sure it'll already be open when I get there. Maybe not, though. I wish I remembered more details about this. It's the only map I pick up, to my knowledge. And it's just so I can uncover this hole and kill the bees. Alright, I believe I have all the necessary ingredients to go fight and kill Plant 42. But let's go. I wonder how painful that dude's death was. Looks excruciating. Very painful. And there might be a more optimal way to reorder these books, but I wouldn't know one. At least the puzzle's pretty obvious. Alright, so first, I like to get off the ground. I believe it lowers your chance of getting sprayed with acid. And unfortunately, this fight, I don't think goes too well for me. I'm pretty sure I've had better ones. I'm already going to have to heal and I haven't even hit the thing yet. Yeah, this fight's not going to go well for me at all. I still win though, fortunately. But I believe this is around the time when I just figured out a good strategy. I just had bad luck. If I didn't get knocked down that first time, I probably could have done most of this without having to heal. And I'm fairly certain I come out of this in danger. I don't see any way I couldn't. It's also hard to tell which tentacles you can hit, because they just move around so much. I don't even really know the range of their attacks, just by looking. And there's so many of them, it's kind of hard to tell anyway. Trying to get another hit on that tentacle so I can knock it out. I think each one takes 2 or 3 hits. The worst ones are the bell ones that drop the acid though. They're the hardest to hit because of the way they move and attack. I saw someone else do this, so I decided to try it, and it actually kind of worked. I just couldn't find the spot where I wouldn't get hit. Or I was barely outside of it. And mainly I sit here to avoid getting hit by the acid. And just hope that I can smack around a couple of those tentacles. Yeah, it's pretty bad getting grabbed like that. Actually, that's a very neat little spot to sit in. Although, like I said, I didn't do it perfectly. And the last tentacle is the hardest, of course, because it's going to constantly be doing that. Just dropping acid everywhere, swinging around, and the plant itself is doing the same thing. Just throwing up all over the place. I was really nervous about dying here. Because I just couldn't get a hit on the thing. It seemed like it was never going to happen because it kept moving around. But finally I got it. And there's only one more real gatekeeper of this run, and that's Yawn. That giant snake. The fight's not too hard, and it's actually really easy, but it can be time consuming. So I tried to speed it along and put myself in danger of dying. And luckily, Rebecca can just heal you right off, so you don't have to worry about wasting a healing item if you have one. Or if you wanted to hold on to it. Now the plants that I don't have to worry about the tentacles coming out of that hole. At least Brad stuck around after he flew off. Could have just left us here. Excuse me. And these little snakes can, unfortunately, poison you. I'm pretty sure I just got poisoned. Yep. But luckily I got this green and blue herb mixture. Just for such an occasion. There's a couple other things that can poison you. The bees can do it. Spiders can do it. Yawn can do it during the first fight, but that doesn't really... I don't count that as poisoning. It's more like you got venom in you and you're just gonna die. Unless you get that serum. I think that's about it. So unfortunately, hunters are now in the mansion. And they're a huge pain. This one right here has killed me on numerous occasions. He can be impossible to get away from sometimes. Trying to run up those stairs. So I need to get up the stairs to make this go fast. So my only choice is to run past him. I'm not going to try and fight him with just a knife. So I figured out that if they scream, I think I did that to reset him, so he wouldn't just chase me up the stairs and cut me to death. Yep. So my strategy is to wait for him to scream and then try and make a break for it. When they're screaming, they're not going to do anything. Oh, I guess I didn't wait, I just went. Wow. I don't know how I survived this, but somehow I managed to get away. They could have easily trapped me there and just kept smacking me until I was dead. And they have an attack where they can jump in the air and slash your throat in one hit. I guess technically they decapitate you, but your head doesn't really come off. I think they did a really good job with this remaster. And the remake itself. The original game was... After playing the remake and then going back and watching someone beat the original game, the difference is night and day. The first game was so simple. Of course it was a PlayStation title. So it's going to be more simple. But it's not just the graphics, it's the overall game. It's so much shorter. The plot was really lacking. In my opinion, anyway. And this is an area I don't like traveling through because of the spiders. The one condition... Well, I guess poison is the only condition you can have. But being poisoned is the worst. Your health slowly drains. You gotta find a blue herb to heal. And those are few and far between. Wow. My zombie dodging is way better than I thought. I don't remember why I don't pick up whatever was on the shelf. I think it was an old key. But it's probably because I don't need it. Or maybe I just come back later. Yeah. I've been grabbed by him before. But I'm only really coming in this corner so I can fully heal. I believe he does grab me. Nope. But there have been times where I've gotten grabbed by him and had to get the other herb too. Oh, I went back for it anyway. But I'm getting ready for the second yawn battle, so I'm going to gather a couple of heals. Oh, that might be a little further off than I thought, though. I really don't remember. This is tricky. I just got to get past him, which I didn't do successfully. And him, which I also didn't do successfully. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to fight Yon right now. And I definitely have to go back to get this Renerve to heal. Or, actually, I think... I won't guess. Just see what happens. It's like watching a movie or something that I saw a long time ago. And I definitely had to do post commentary on this. I tried recording live commentary on several occasions, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get past the first boss, so decided I would stop doing commentary 24/7 and just try and record it first and then do it later. Just never really gotten around to doing the commentary. Tried to do it once before, but I didn't like it. So this fight's not too hard, just because Yon's a snake, and it moves kind of slow. So what I try to do here is something I saw someone else do, which is trap him in a corner, and then you can just wail on him. But I failed at that miserably. I think he bites me like 2 or 3 times. And I'm not even sure if you can do that in this version, just like the Crimson Head trick. That might be exclusive to certain other versions of the game. I haven't tried to trap him yet, but I will soon. I'm just waiting on a certain cue, I think. Either that or I decided I was going to do it the long way first, and then decided it was taking forever. Yeah, this can be a very slow fight. I was certain I tried to get him stuck in the corner at some point. Or maybe I was already just too scared to do it. With no heals or little heals. But it usually almost feels like you'll never beat a boss with just a knife. It seems like they're almost immune to it. Especially this guy. He's like a sponge. Luckily, in future games, they made the knife stronger. 4 and 5. And unfortunately, this is, I believe, the longest boss fight in the game. I'll have to look and see how long it actually took later. Did I somehow dodge that? I think so. And then I realized I don't have any healing items. I didn't try to trap him at all. I must have been really worried about dying. And I'm surprised I survived even that attack. I don't even know how I won the fight, honestly. And here I was like, okay, if I get hit one more time, I'm dead. So I just kind of nipped at him until he keeled over. This whole game has been a barely survived struggle. I'm pretty sure he's heavily damaged now. You see all that stuff coming out of him. I wouldn't call it blood. I don't know what it is. I'm not even sure if that means he was damaged. Or he has low health, I should say. And there we go. Finally. Yawn is dead. The last real obstacle to this run. Now, there are some other things that could potentially kill, but those are mostly just hunters. And I was actually afraid of dying after the fight too, due to not having any way to heal right away. And they're, like I said, they're hunters in the mansion, and they're scary. I think here I was really trying to figure out what I should do next, so I wouldn't die. Trying to figure out what the closest place I could go to get some health would be. And of course you got this Crimson Head right here waiting to murder you with one stroke. But luckily there's stuff to do, so there was definitely time to think. This part can be really annoying. The stupid eagle thing turns constantly. Hawk? Falcon? don't know what kind of bird that is. And the closest heal is actually right through this door. So I take it. And it's a full heal, so that's another bonus. But I think there's a hunter out here somewhere. I'm not mistaken. Well, I guess he didn't show up if he is there. I seem to recall there being one outside there, though. On that little balcony. I think I get nipped. Nope. Good dodge. There is a scene where you're supposed to save Rebecca from a hunter, but I let her die. I ain't gonna fight that thing with just a knife. Are you crazy? Hunters are the only enemy that you really... Well, I'm sure you could kill them with the knife, but I've never tried to. They're just too fast and powerful. This puzzle is kind of easy. As long as you know where to put one or two of the pieces, it's not hard to solve. Because everything else just falls into place. There we go. I was trying to get it set properly, but it just wouldn't. All right, the emblem key. Let's let this guy mosey on along here. See you never again, buddy. Man, I don't know why I keep yawning. This is a shortcut to go back outside the mansion. I gotta use the battery to go into some caves now. Oh, I probably should have mentioned that Lisa Trevor's little cabin is actually added to this game. That's a new thing. Crimson Elder's new. Lisa Trevor herself is new. I'm pretty sure that corridor is also new. But there's so much new stuff in the game that I'm not sure what is and what isn't. Oh, that stream was Rebecca, by the way. There's a hunter about to kill her. But I'm not worried about that. And I think one of the reasons I let her die is so I can get the bad ending, which means I don't have to fight the second tyrant. If I'm not mistaken. Just tossing these books off to the side real quick. Make some space in my inventory. And I'll be coming to this room one more time before I go to the lab. I don't remember what other door that key is supposed to unlock. But whatever it is, I guess I don't need it anymore. think there might actually be 2 other doors. I used to run that key out and have him discard it, but I decided to save a little time by just leaving it. Although it's also possible that I accidentally didn't discard when I had the option. And of course, I get bitten repeatedly by snakes no matter what. I guess they're actually adders. I'm pretty sure that's actually what they are, actually. But it could be any kind of generic snake. Might even be a non-poisonous snake that somehow gained venom through the T-virus. Could just be a few corn snakes laying around. Alright, the waterfall that was down there was connected to this pool here. So filling it back up turns the waterfall off. And I can go underground. There have been times where I made dumb mistakes by filling the water up first and then realizing I need to drain it to get across the pool. Or accidentally draining the pool after I just filled it back up. Luckily, that's the only dog that bit me so far. And they can't follow you down this little corridor. There are hunters in the cave. I don't think there's that many, though. And there's a lot of boulder sequences, unfortunately. It's like Indiana Jones or something. And I wonder if that's where the inspiration came from. Gotta run away from them. I'm pretty sure Rico was alive when I came in the room and someone shot him during a cutscene. Or that could also just be Jill. Lisa Trevor also makes an appearance in the caves. That was pretty good dodge. I won't call it luck. It's not hard to do, actually. In fact, a lot of times if you just move in a straight line away from them, the hunters won't, or they can't attack you. Another error. Haven't made that many errors, though. Dang, most of this run was actually pretty spot on. struggle with the bosses quite a bit. Other than that, it's been pretty good. So there's actually a second knife in one of the rooms where you have to fight this giant spider thing. It's called the Black Tiger. But, of course, I don't fight it. Technically, this is a boss, but I don't consider it one because, like I said, I don't fight it. Just gonna use my knife to cut the webs off the other door and get out of here. But first I try to lure it in a different direction so it can't get me. And at least the webbing only takes one slice for each strand, so you can easily escape. I think they expect you to use a flamethrower during that fight, because it's the only time you can really get it, since it's actually technically a key. Just like the shotgun in Resident Evil Code Veronica and Code Veronica X. But you get to keep the shotgun. More boulder sequences. Or I guess I should say another boulder sequence. There might be one more boulder. But this is the one, this boulder you gotta run towards instead of away from. If you run away from it, it'll squash you. I'm not sure why I went back there. I think I got confused as to which path was the right one to take. So I kept running around trying to figure it out. Oh no, that's what I was looking for. Okay. A heal. I don't know why I didn't remember where that box was. And I'm grabbing these just in case Lisa Trevor smacks me. She'll be around. So to solve this puzzle, all you really have to do is make the statue turn and face the right direction, and then push it into its slot. And unfortunately I made a mistake there by not pushing the statue hard enough, or far enough onto the little, I don't know what you call it, circle there to rotate it, and then I kept missing the statue for some reason. I couldn't get behind it. That probably cost me quite a few seconds. Man. That was my first big mistake, I think. Besides not being good at the yawn fight. And I believe when you go back to this room, Black Tiger's gone. So are his little friends. No, he's still around. Wow. The hunter screaming is your opportunity to get away if you can. Run past them, get to the door you need to go to, do whatever you have to. Let's go ahead and abandon both cranks in here, I guess. I don't think I'll be going back for either one of them. Most of this probably looks really easy. It's not. And it's all, most of it's just memorization. I forgot the order to press them in for a second. That's unfortunate. I think I lost 10 seconds, maybe 20, maybe even 30. But most of my time losses haven't been that big, except for the boss battles. Plant 42 was pretty bad, and Yawn was even worse. And Lisa's back with a vengeance, and it seems like she's almost everywhere. She basically teleports to where you're going. I believe there's a flamethrower in this box, but it's gonna be smashed when I take it out. But it's still useful as a key, even though it's no longer functional. I believe there's a few items on top of those boxes that you can get to. This is, I think, the scariest encounter with Lisa, because you're in these narrow spaces, and she's like I said, everywhere. It seems like she's just everywhere. So I got to try to trick her and lure her around so I can pull this switch to make these racks pop out, so I can put the flamethrower in. But the racks only stay popped out for a limited amount of time. So you have to be quick about it and avoid Lisa at the same time. It looks like I didn't even push it far enough. Yep. One more mistake. And for some reason, I'm always afraid that when you go down to get the broken flamethrower, that thing's gonna come down and smash you. But it won't come down again unless you press the switch. And I just realized that's because in Resident Evil Code Veronica X, there's a similar thing that happens, but instead of just staying up at the top, the thing will drop when you trigger it. So when you try to go underneath it, it'll drop down and smash you. So you gotta bait it first, and then get the item. But if you're not quick enough, you'll just get smashed anyway. I've been killed by that trap on several occasions. There she is. I guess I didn't care, I just ran right past her. Wow. And then I went to the wrong door. I think here I panicked a bit because I thought these little hooks would slide back in before I got to it. And I only came in here to get a metal object. To go with the stone object I got earlier when I used the emblem key. It'll make another stone and metal object that unlocks the laboratory. Or at least the way to the lab. The wolf and eagle metals inside those two books that I have also actually unlock the laboratory. Not also, they actually do. The stone and metal objects just unlock the way to Lisa Trevor's mom's coffin. But I didn't mention earlier, I'm pretty sure she's wearing her mom's face because she tore it off. That's in one of her little... That's in a note that's on the back of a picture or something. Maybe it's her diary. I don't recall which. Or maybe both. Maybe it's all one thing. But luckily, this next encounter with Lisa will be the last, at least for Chris. Because of course she's going to be there. And I guess you could consider Lisa to be a boss fight, but I don't fight her. All you do is push some stones off a cliff or off this ledge. I think Yana's the last real gatekeeper. As long as you can survive the regular enemies after him, it should be pretty easy to finish up. Like I said before, the tyrant fight is easy. Cake. I've done it before with no damage, but my time went over 2 hours, so I didn't keep the run. In fact, I think I did complete this run a couple of times, but once again, it was over the time limit, so I had to go bye-bye. I'm not sure why I didn't just go straight for the door. Wow, I burned that for almost no reason at all. The guy that built this mansion is actually Lisa Trevor's dad. A guy by the name of George Trevor. He's dead now. They killed him. I don't know what he expected, though. This corporation, the evil head of this corporation is having you design a mansion with a bunch of traps and puzzles in it above a secret lab, and you think they're just going to let you live? Even with an NDA, I doubt it. And he brought his family along, which is even worse. They got sucked into this mess, too. Now they're all just dead. Except Lisa. She's a monster. Not much better. She probably can't really think anymore. Alright, this is the point of no return. In the GameCube version, this is actually where you switch to the second disc. That was a dumb mistake, too. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, for this fight, yeah, West's here to help you out a little bit by distracting her. I'm pretty sure there's no possible way he'd be killed by Lisa, because he's necessary for the end of the game to happen. If you're Jill, you get Barry, whom you can let die. If you choose to. I'm trying to get away from her. Trying to lure her away from the stone so I can push it over. I'm not sure how those stones interact with this coffin, because the chain just disappeared and the lid slides open somehow. But it's enough to get Lisa to go away. I'm not even sure if that's really her mom. Could be a random skeleton. There's no evidence that really points in that direction except for her saying mother. Another error where I wasn't in the right position. Guess I do that quite frequently. I'm also not sure how I know where to put which one, but I have the impression that it doesn't matter where you put them. Because those were definitely lines I put that eagle coin into. I think that's the door that leads to the tyrant. We'll definitely be back here later anyway. But first, let's conquer this laboratory, shall we? There's a new enemy in this area called the Chimera. It's some kind of fly hybrid. I think there's human DNA in there too and some other stuff. There's a bunch of different DNA in those things. And they're definitely hideous. and dangerous. Mostly because of how quick they are. And I already know the passwords, or the username and passwords. Just John and Ada. Ada Wong from Resident Evil 2 and other future titles. I think John is no longer alive. And I already know the password without having to look at those x-rays. The first few times I did this lab, I was actually confused. Well, the lab is part of the speed run. I couldn't really think of where to go or what I was supposed to do. And that's probably one of the reasons why I went over time. I guess I thought that was the door. Quick peek at the zombies to see what's going on. And I don't know how I dodged that puke. Interesting. It looked like it landed right on top of me. There's one more part of this run that's kind of scary. I gotta kill him and a couple other zombies real quick, for the scary part. So I'm gonna grab a canister of nitrous, and if I run for too many steps, it'll just blow up and kill me. It'll be a terrible thing to get this far and die to something like that. Can't get grabbed or hit, or you'll just blow up. So my only option is to kill these zombies so I don't have to try and dodge them. Maybe I could have done it without doing this, but I don't think it's worth the risk. So, not this late in the game. Not when I'm so close. And this part is one I don't like because of the chimeras. And that's chimera. This part is actually one of the most nerve-wracking that I forgot about. That nitrous is a serious threat. You can't run for, I think it's more than 3 steps or just blow up. So you're just walking most of the time. I'll run 3 steps every now and then walk a little, but even that seems risky to me. Even though the tyrant fight's easy, I pick up heals just for that. I think we're also going to leave Jill in her cell down there. Trying to make him fall so I can kill him easier, but it didn't work. The knife is... it's not terrible, but it's really weak. Definitely the worst weapon in the game by far, though. At least the game warns you. Hey, you could probably die if you mess around with this. And why would you ever use such a dangerous fuel source? It must have been really necessary for that to be what you needed. I might have, like I said before, I might have been able to do these couple dodges. But I really have to dodge the Chimera. I didn't even try to kill it. And I'm not sure that if I did, it wouldn't respawn. But I knew the zombies wouldn't. And at least you don't have to go through that much. It's only a couple corridors. Dodge. Good, good. I think now I'm going to try to initiate the self-destruct sequence or something. I don't remember what you're supposed to do here to get to the end. I think it's just put some discs in these little game cubes. Unless I don't need to do that part. Except to unlock Jill's prison cell. I think that's why you need the discs. But I'm not 100% sure. And I've forgotten so much about this game, and I used to play it all the time. Oh wow, I guess I'm just done. He's got this last fight against the Tyrant, which won't take long. And of course Wesker is the one that unleashes him and then gets killed right away. But it turns out that's part of a bigger plot. But that has nothing to do with this game, so... The reason the Tyrant's easy in this fight is because he's so slow. You can just get behind him and keep slashing him until he's dead. I try to stay out of his attack range still, though, because he can have sudden bursts of speed like you just saw. And I think I was actually scared during this fight, which made me make a few more mistakes than I should have. Because because I really didn't want to die here. And I didn't want to waste too much time. How tall is this thing? Like 7 feet? I want to say seven, maybe more than 7 feet. Pretty big. But anyway, thanks for watching this run if you watched it all the way through. I hate telling people to like and subscribe, but if you like the video, like it. If you want more content, subscribe. Check out my Twitch sometime. Link's gonna be in the description. Try to keep my videos from having ads in them unless YouTube puts them in there, if I can. For now, anyway. All I have to do now is get to this heliport that's on top of the building and launch I think it's called a fuse to call Brad. I'm done. This is considered I think the worst ending. Chris is the only survivor. The mansion doesn't blow up. But in order to not have to fight Tyrant 2, you have to get a bad ending. Which also actually saves you time anyway. It would have been real bad to forget that key. That would have killed the run right at the end. How horrible. Oh no, I don't use the fuse. What am I talking about? The fuse is to open the door. The flare is what I want to shoot into the air. Jesus. How would you use a fuse to call a helicopter? I don't know what I was thinking. But I guess in this game, it's called a signal rocket. I didn't know there was even such a thing. Oh, alright. See the run right there.
Chris,
If you want to look at all my stats, I'll leave them up for a couple seconds.